Greetings, I'm Alan Matthews from Classical Guitar Shed, and we're going to be talking about the E chord, the quintessential guitar chord, the most powerful, biggest, baddest, best chord of the whole guitar chord repertoire. In this video, we'll talk all about it. If you enjoy it, please subscribe to this channel, hit the bell for notifications. Let's do this. So the E chord, looking at this grid over here, the lines up and down represent strings, the lines side to side represent the frets, and the dots where we place our fingers. Now, up above we have X's and O's, but here we have only O's because we play all 6 strings. So we're playing the open low string, which happens to be the E string, which makes this one of the most powerful chords because the root of the chord, the name of the chord, E, is the lowest note on the guitar in standard tuning. So then we have the second finger on the second fret of the 5th string, the third comes right next to it on the 4th string, and then the 1st fret of the 3rd string with the 1st finger, and then the open 2nd and 1st. And that gives us this chord. So when we're doing this chord, a couple of things to note here. First off is notice that my elbow is away from my body. We don't want to tuck it because then we'll have to do an angle thing. And we want to keep away from extreme angles when at all possible. So we want to let your elbow release out, keep your wrist fairly straight, your fingers behind your forearm. If they're off to the side, ideally your fingers point towards your elbow when they're playing, more or less. Your thumb is behind the fingers. Like this, it never crosses that first finger line, so it's never like this, anything like that. Keep your thumb behind your fingers. And notice here that we have more than one finger playing on the 2nd fret. We've got both the 2nd finger and the 3rd finger playing on the 2nd fret. When this happens, when 2 fingers or more play on the same fret, we need to angle just a little bit into the guitar like this, with those fingers so that they can both get right up by the fret where we want them. We want all 3 of these fingers to be right up by the fret with the fingers curved. So we don't want to let them buckle like this, anything like that. If that's the case, then you might be too far out and you just need to let your wrist or your thumb come up a little bit and put more guitar into your hand so that you can curve your fingers. And so they come in at a slight angle, not a huge angle, but just so that they can both get by the fret. Things to think about. And then the 1st finger is nice and curved, but we're not clamping our hand to the guitar like this so that the guitar won't fall out of your hands. It was like going to fly off into space. Let that float freely so that the finger is not touching the guitar right here. It's a big one. A lot of people really want to grab that guitar like this, but instead let there be some space there. Your future self will thank you. Thank you so much. And so then with this, we also want the fingers to go straight down into the string. You don't have to be completely obsessive about being exactly perpendicular to the string so that but we want it to not lay over the next strings so that we're muting them out. So that's the cautionary suggestion. Don't mute the next ones out. If you're coming in at too lax of an angle, then that 1st finger can lay over the 2nd string and mute it out. Instead, we want all 3 to be really nice and clear. What you can do is just rake through with your thumb. Listen to each string in turn. Yep, 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 yep. So every one of them is clear, is ringing. There's no buzzes. If you're too far back on the fret, it'll buzz. Great, so what other chords do we encounter with the E chord? Well, quite oftentimes we will encounter the A chord. And if we play the A with the 2, 3, 4, we can just hop right over there, back and forth. And that's a really nice one. And we also oftentimes find a B7 chord wrapped up with this E chord. They're tight. And so then practicing that B7 chord, you can look at what notes stay and what notes move, and the 2nd finger on the 5th string stays. So that's something. You'll have to slightly move your hand position a little bit. Notice my arm's moving right here to get those, but you can practice those 2 chords next to each other and the 2 finger just stays right where it is. but you'll oftentimes see those two chords together. Also, along with the A minor. So you can practice, and that's nice because the entire shape just moves over one string. E, you just move everything over one string, and then we have A minor and E, and A minor and E. So really, really nice chord. Also, just another fun thing, you don't see this ever so much in songs, but you can do this and it's fun, is that you can slide this up to the 7th fret and to the 9th fret, so that your 2nd and 3rd fingers are on the 2nd and 9th fret. There might be a dot up on the 7th. And it just sounds cool. It's just something fun to do. It doesn't mean anything. You probably won't use it in pieces so much, but if you're just practicing an E chord, it's lovely. So just an extra little fun thing. So this has been the E chord. Hope you enjoy practicing your chords. You can just do them throughout the day. Think of them, memorize them, play them on your arm if you'd like to, switch them back and forth. And the more you do it, the faster you will learn them. All right, please subscribe to this channel and go learn another chord. Happy practicing. Bye-bye.